Hello and welcome. I'm here with Dr. Iain Fraser, and we're going to be doing the first of a wider series of 5 minutes with, where we have 5 minutes with a lecturer academic at the University of Kent that will be teaching you at some point over the next 3 years, obviously if you choose to study their modules, and hopefully this will help you to get a bit of a flavour about what they're like outside of the classroom, if you will, and into their personal and I guess in a sense their professional lives as well. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. We're going to get the clock ticking, start those 5 minutes now. Okay, so Iain, I've got a few questions for you, but I'll just quickly introduce you. You're an applied agri-environmental economist, and you are going to potentially be some of the freshers' academic advisors for the coming year. And on top of that, you teach econometrics to some of the apprentices. But students might be studying your modules going forward, but for everyone's sake, I think it's great to get to know you and a bit about what you do. So just on a bit of a light-hearted note, what's one thing that we might not know about you?
I like doing open water swimming.
Oh, very nice. What does that entail?
Not swimming in the swimming pool, going out swimming in rivers or in lakes or in the sea, and doing it either in competitive events or maybe training to do the competitive events.
Oh, have you won any medals?
Oh, I've finished a few events reasonably high up.
Very nice, very nice. And I guess, how did you make the most of lockdown? Did that involve swimming? Were you allowed to?
Couldn't swim because the swimming pools are closed, and from where I live and everything, I decided to get on my bike and do lots of cycling. As a colleague of mine in Australia said, with all that cycling, we can become professional cyclists, or if that fails, we can become Deliveroo cyclists and cycle around Canterbury in our Lycra.
There we are. Not something I'd particularly, well, I wouldn't mind having you as a delivery driver. Anyway, let's move on. What's one thing that's your favourite thing about working at Kent?
I like working in Kent partly because it locates me in a part of the world which means I'm close to family and my wife's family, and that in a sense means if you've got that around you, it makes working a lot easier. Yeah, totally. Okay, on a bit of a personal level, what's your favourite type of music? Indie music, for sure.
Okay, very good. And what's the best country you visited?
Australia, partly because I live there and I really enjoyed my time when I spent living in Australia.
Oh wow, there we are. As in, how long were you there for? What were you doing?
I spent 7 years in Australia, and I was out there working, and as a result of that, I'm now a dual national, where I basically have a passport for both countries, both here and there. So if everything goes mad here, I can always get on the plane. We can always get on the plane as a family and go and live in Australia. Wow,
learn something new every day. Okay, time for some quick fire questions. Let's rattle these through. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Okay, very good. Cat or dog?
Dog.
Okay, jam and cream or cream and jam?
Neither.
Okay, and we'll throw in scone or scone while we're here.
Scone.
Okay, good. Indian or Chinese takeaway?
Neither. It's a Vietnamese and mixed with Indonesian.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so let's move quickly into some of your more professional work. If you could just summarise your research for us, maybe in 2 lines or so.
It is applied environmental economics, agricultural economics, and it has a strong econometric aspect to it, a lot of data collected, and always trying to deal with what you might describe as real world questions.
Yeah, very good. And what are you currently working on?
I'm currently working on a paper on consumer attitudes, UK consumer attitudes to chlorinated chicken.
Very topical with Brexit and everything, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Very topical. Okay, why did you more broadly choose economics?
It goes back to when I was in the 6th form, and that sort of coincided with the beginning of the Thatcher government in 1979, 1980, around that period. And I was unhappy with the way I viewed them sort of framing economics and what I knew about economics. So I decided to do economics because I reckoned that there must be more to it than simply the stuff that they were trying to pass off as economics in the early 1980s.
Here you are today. Okay, so what would you say is the most pressing issue today in the economics world, obviously?
In the economics world, I'd say generally, I would still buy into the idea that it's climate change, regardless of what you might call the short-term aberrations we're currently facing. Climate change is for sure the biggest issue facing our generations, all generations going forward for sure.
Of course, and I'm sure lots of people will agree with you on that one. So, applied environmental economics is one of the modules you've been teaching over the last few years. Why should students study it?
As the name implies, it's applied, and what I like to try to do is blend the idea of learning about environmental economics, which uses your micro, it also uses some of your stats, and I also use a lot of Excel to help you understand. So it's a nice combination of skills, especially with the Excel, because it has both, application in terms of study, but also it has application in terms of opportunities for employability.
Brilliant. Okay, we've got 5 seconds left. One piece of advice to give the freshers. Go.
Enjoy yourself.
There we are. We're done. Okay, that was very good. We fit it in the 5 minutes. That's brilliant. Thanks for joining us, Iain. It's been great to chat to you and get to know you. And hopefully students will enjoy getting to know you over the next 3 years on their course. All right. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you.